From your breaking news and weather authority, this is 13 Wham News at 10 on Rochester CW.
Good evening, I'm Angela Hong in for Adam Chodak. It was one of the last concerts of the season at Darien Lake. Tonight, Zac Brown Band took to the stage in front of a sold-out crowd, a crowd that had to abide by new parking rules that have been getting some mixed reviews. 13 Wham's Kelsey Smith joins us now from the newsroom. She was at Darien Lake and spoke to concertgoers. Thanks, Kelsey. And coming up later in the show, we'll take a look at what you had to say about Darien Lake's parking changes and how they're affecting your plans. Now, severe weather has struck the Midwest yesterday, killing 4 people, and today it made its way here throughout New York State and along the East Coast. Let's start in New York City, where a rare tornado touched down. Take a look at this video. It was taken in a neighborhood in Queens. Fire officials responded to tornadoes in both Queens and Brooklyn. There was some structural damage, including downed trees and power lines, but otherwise no injuries have been reported. Back here in Rochester, most areas were hit with some strong winds and heavy rains. RG&E tells us at one point this afternoon, about 2,000 people were without power in Monroe County. We just checked, and in surrounding counties, there are just under 500 without power, half of those in Monroe County. Thanks, Jeff. A 22-year-old man was seriously injured after falling off the roof of a moving car early this morning. The accident happened at Route 36 near North Road in Wheatland. The Monroe County Sheriff's Office says 25-year-old Timothy Gorton was driving with 4 other male passengers inside when one of them climbed out of the rear passenger window onto the roof. Then that man fell off. He is being treated at Strong Memorial Hospital. His name has not been released. We have a traffic advisory for you. If you're planning on using the eastbound lanes on the Bay Bridge tonight, you'll want to use a different route. The lanes closed down last night at 8 and won't reopen until noon tomorrow. Westbound traffic will also be reduced to 2 lanes. Detours will be posted. A century-old packaging center in Rochester is now a destination for beer enthusiasts. The Genesee Brewhouse held its grand opening today on Cataract Street. Along with its pub-style restaurant, the more than 9,000 square foot facility has a gift shop, a brewery, a rooftop patio with a scenic view of High Falls and the Genesee River. Now, women visiting the Rochester Public Market today had a chance to get free health screenings. It was the 4th annual free health fair sponsored by the University of Rochester Medical Center. For women ages 18 to 80, some of the free screenings included tests for asthma, AIDS and HIV, breast cancer, heart disease, and stroke risk. More than 200 nurses and doctors were on hand.
What we have found each year is there are many people who walk around with conditions they don't know that they have. And being able to identify them and then being able to encourage people to seek out their primary care physician or others in order to get the kind of care they need is the way this works.
Dr. Woods credits former Rochester Mayor Bob Duffy with suggesting this idea for a free health fair for the public. The chairman of the Transportation and Infrastructure Committee was in Rochester today. Congressman John Mica of Florida was here to talk about the Screening Partnership Program, which allows security screenings at airports to be performed by qualified private companies under federal guidelines. The Greater Rochester International Airport is one of 16 airports with this program.
When evaluated, this airport was evaluated against other all-federal operations, and the General Accounting Office said that this operation performs statistically significantly better.
Now, some GOP lawmakers have, like Mica, have criticized the TSA for slowing down the process for all airports to adopt the program. Well, still ahead, we'll hear what's on your mind about parking changes at Darien Lake. Plus, the presidential candidates hit key states on the campaign trail with the conventions behind them, and Chicago schools creep closer to a possible teacher strike. As we head to the break, here's a look at the most viewed stories on 13wham.com today. With the conventions behind them, the Obama and Romney campaigns continue to push for more support through key states on the campaign trail. Melissa Rainey has details on how they're focusing their efforts and the message they're sending. A strike deadline in the nation's third largest school district looms Monday. The vice president of the Chicago Teachers Union says the city's school district's latest offer in contract negotiations is disappointing. The union says talks will continue throughout the weekend. Issues include pay raises, classroom conditions, job security, and teacher evaluations. Former Rochester City School Superintendent Jean-Claude Brizard is now the CEO of Chicago Public Schools. The NFL plans to honor a polarizing figure this weekend, but the team he spent most of his career with won't be taking part. Art Modell's family has asked the Cleveland Browns not to acknowledge the former team's owner's death at their season opener tomorrow. Modell moved the Browns in 1995 from Cleveland to Baltimore, where they became the Ravens. Cleveland eventually got a new version of the Browns, but Modell remains vilified among the team's fans. Modell died Thursday at the age of 87. And John Doss is here now with sports.
It's a shame because he did so much good in